And when we hear the other aspect, we can think that somehow negates this aspect, because the other person might be preaching it as if that's the only aspect. But there's many moving parts. And we'd all do well to sit and consider what someone says before we just reject it.
Yeah.
Because we're busy with this one aspect.
Right.
It's just, you've revealed the manifold wisdom of God. I mean, it just, when you say there's many moving parts, it's part of the manifold wisdom. It's a lot.
And like Bertie said, when they went into the Jordan River, the water backed up unto the city called Adam.
I know.
Well, who sinned? Adam.
Adam.
Yeah.
Boom, all the way back to
So when Jesus was baptized into the sin of the world, whose sin did he take on himself? All the way back to Adam. All the way back to Adam. He took the sin on him. And he became the high priest. The Holy Spirit descends upon him as our representative. What does he immediately go off and do? Resist the temptation that no man could resist on behalf of man.
Yes.
Our God. You see, the high priest has to have the power of an endless life if he wants to give an endless life to the people he represents. And you have to have a high priest in the things pertaining to God. It's even in the law. And you can't have a high priest that isn't the same species that you are.
Right.
Because the high priest, by necessity, has to represent the ones that he's the high priest for.
Yeah.
So you can't have an angel who's a high priest of humans. And if you want to give humans as their high priest and never-ending life, then you must also be the possessor of a never-ending life. Well, who's the only one that's a possessor of a never-ending life? God.
Right.
So how is God going to give people a never-ending life? He's got to manifest himself somehow in the flesh in order to be the high priest of the people, so that he could be the high priest in things pertaining to God. And he could make a way for human beings to once again be seated in the Godhead where there is no death. And that's what the Hebrews guy talks about Melchizedek.
Yeah.
And he explains it to these guys. No, Melchizedek is much greater than the Levitical priesthood.
Right.
Go read Psalms. It talks about how I will raise up another priesthood. Well, what is that priesthood? What is it? Where is it? What priesthood is he talking about raising up?
It's Jesus.
Jesus is the priesthood.
That's right.
And he has the power of an endless life.
Yes.
And he says, listen, guys, this Melchizedek far exceeds this Levitical priesthood. How do we know? Because Abraham tied to Melchizedek.
Right.
Well, all of the Levitical priests are in the loins of Abraham, meaning Abraham is Lord over them. So if Abraham tied to Melchizedek, he's testifying this Melchizedek is greater than him.
Yes. Right. If you need to get that again, just get Bertie's book and read it again.